Good evening. Our top story is a fast developing one, a highly complicated one. Dinesh Singh, the Vice Chancellor of Delhi University, who had championed the 4-year undergraduate degree or FYUP, has resigned. While efforts are on by his associates to get him to reconsider, the HRD Ministry has summoned the Pro-VC, which is the Deputy Vice Chancellor, to figure out a way forward. The UGC Chairman is also at the HRD Ministry. The resignation came after a week-long face-off between the Delhi University and the University Grants Commission, or the UGC, over the continuation of the 4-year program. Lakhs of students, meanwhile, are currently stranded because Delhi University has put its admissions process on hold. Admissions were meant to start today, but a massive controversy over the university's 4-year undergraduate program has left faculty and students utterly confused about what happens next.
Well, this is very unfortunate that a Vice-Chancellor who attempted certain reforms in the university system, right or wrong, has been eased out. Now, in the present FYUP logjam, the issue has become much more complicated because the Vice-Chancellor being head of the institution, it was he who was to review and revise the program as was being attempted. But since now he is no more, it will be very difficult for the government to quickly appoint a Vice-Chancellor and see to it that the programs are modified.
वाइस चांसलर साहब से मिलने आए और उनसे अपील की है कि ऐसा कोई कदम न उठाएं। हम सरकार से भी गुजारिश करते हैं कि छात्र हित को ध्यान में रखते हुए समाधान निकाले। धन्यवाद।
What is the road ahead for the students that are already in the 4-year program and have done 1 year? And also now, can we hope that the admission process rolls in within a week or so, as some of the principals were suggesting?
Absolutely. I think now, because the main block there was the Vice Chancellor who was not issuing the guidelines and holding the whole university to ransom, and all the 3 lakh students to ransom who are applied for admission. So now that he's gone, the path should be smooth, and this should be resolved very quickly, and within a week we should see some cut-offs coming. Now the cut-off for the students, I want to tell them that the committee has recommended that no application forms are required now, because in 2012 also we did it without application forms. Cut-offs are set on past experience. The first cut-off list will be high. Nothing to worry about, because you can't have over-admission. I mean, that's a risk. So the first cut-off will be high. Then wherever they make it over the cut-off, they show their mark sheet and they fill up a form and they take their admission. So that is how it can be done. It will be the old courses, the 3-year honors courses.
Will we see some of the BA honors courses coming back,
yes,
some
yes,
of the flagship courses?
All of them will come back. And even there were some 4-year programs earlier, like BLED, they will come back. There were all the programs that were there earlier, which were recognized, they will all come back.
अब जो वाइस चांसलर ने रेजिग्नेशन दिया है, वह तो उसको देना ही था कि उसकी जो भी उसने कार्रवाइयां की हैं, जो भी उसने कानून के उल्लंघन किए हैं, उसके मुताबिक उसको रिजाइन तो करना ही था, परंतु उसका रेजिग्नेशन ही काफी नहीं है। उसके हम डिमांड करेंगे कि उसकी इंक्वायरी होनी चाहिए। वो इंक्वायरी जो है, वो कई स्तरों की इंक्वायरी इज रिक्वायर्ड।
All right, so what happens next? For more on this, let's just go across to my colleague Tonima, who's at the University Grants Commission. Tonima, we just heard Mr. Ansari of the UGC basically say that it's unfortunate that the VC has to step down or has been eased out, because really it complicates the issue much more, because he says you need a VC who had to review and revise this program to make it from 4 to 3.
That's right, Sarah. In fact, it was quite a development which took everyone by surprise, because Dinesh Singh's resignation, even now, though we have not, it seems like we have not heard the last word on it, because a lot of people have, in fact, as we have been reporting, had landed up at his residence after news of his resignation came out. It had been officially confirmed from his office. But there have been a lot of requests being made by people who are close to him, who are part of the Delhi University administration, who are asking him to reconsider as to whether or not he should actually resign from his position or not. But what does it mean at the moment? in case his resignation is through and he sends in his papers finally to the concerned authorities for the UGC and the standing committee, which had held a meeting just yesterday to discuss the smooth transition from the 4 years undergraduate program in Delhi University back to the 3-year degree course for every student who applies to the university, it seems it would be a much smoother process now, because that is what the sound bites which we have been playing out through the day seem to indicate. And what it does mean, of course, at the moment though, that a lot of modalities will have to be discussed between the UGC as well as the HRD ministry, as we do know that the UGC chairman, Mr. Ved Prakash, had gone to the ministry in order to meet some officials over there, though we do not know whether or not he's actually meeting the minister herself. But several decisions which need to be taken right now. Admissions have been put on hold, more importantly, for almost over 2 lakh applicants to the Delhi University. So what happens to that? Does this mean that once the resignation is actually final, as we have been reporting, and there is still a lot of confusion there, once it does actually reach the concerned authorities, do they start speeding up the process of the admission which has been put on hold at the moment? Those are the major concerns with which the UGC has to now discuss with the HRD ministry as well, in order to actually convey a certain opinion to the principals of Delhi University, who have also been waiting to figure out what is the clarity, what is the final word on this entire issue. But at the moment, of course, as we have been reporting, Dinesh Singh's resignation, a lot of people are trying to ask him to reconsider, but for the moment we have been trying to reach the Vice Chancellor as well. He has not given a clear idea. He has not come out to speak to the media as well and confirmed whether he sticks by his stand or not. But for the UGC, as we know, the chairman already went to the HRD ministry. They are looking at this as a significant development and are trying to start the entire process of transition immediately, as soon as possible. Of course, it will be next week only that the standing committee meets again to discuss the modalities, but the wheels have already been set in motion. Sarah?
All right, Tanma, actually we have Bhairavi at the VC's office, so let's just go across to her now. Bhairavi, as Tanma was just mentioning all this confusion about whether the EC has resigned or not, and we certainly know that his associates are asking him to reconsider that decision. But as of now, the HRD ministry hasn't gotten a resignation letter from him. Is that correct?
Absolutely, Sarah. That is maybe in the process of being done at the moment. But of course, we do know from our sources that pressure is building up on Dinesh Singh not to resign. We've got the information from official sources that he had, in fact, rendered his resignation. But now his core team, which is of course the pro-VC, Sudesh, and of course also Umesh Rai, the director of the South Campus, in a sense putting pressure on him not to make this decision. We haven't heard from Dinesh Singh himself. Obviously, his silence continues as it has for the last 2 days. But as we have been reporting, the pressure really was on the Vice Chancellor Dinesh Singh to take some sort of action, both from the HRD ministry and as well from what we've seen on the ground from student bodies and the Teachers Association. There were only 2 options for him. One, of course, him being asked to go by the ministry, and the other, him relenting on his own and leaving office. Now, the first option was legally not very easy, of him being asked to step down. There was a process that had to be set in motion. The other was him stepping down himself. Now, what we are hearing, of course, is that a closed group is trying to convince him to not take this drastic step. We also saw celebrations when the information, of course, trickled in of his resignation, and that probably this was the end of all the legal tangles that we were looking at maybe ahead of this. We also know that a section of the Delhi Teachers Association had gone to the Supreme Court today. Of course, that decision, the court said you should now head to the High Court, and this was not something that they needed to look into, and this was in the High Court's jurisdiction. The other side of the Teachers Association was also looking at the legal option. So many were hopeful that this was probably the end of that crisis. Now, we'll have to wait and watch whether the HRD ministry actually receives that resignation. But also do remember that officially the Vice Chancellor reports to the President. And we also have on record, of course, the UGC saying that it is unfortunate that the Vice Chancellor has had to be eased out. So conflicting reports, of course, but official sources within the Vice Chancellor's office still confirming that he has resigned. Whether there is a rethink on that or not is, of course, a matter matter that will be we will have to know as and when in the next couple of hours maybe.